Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks, and today's date is Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. All right, a couple of things I want to talk about first. Let's bring this over. Weekly jobless claims today, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We have a list of earnings right here. Earnings season, blah. Really dislike earnings season. Tough way to trade. Always double check your position you're in to make sure that you know when the earnings are. Then you can make a good decision on whether you want to hold through the earnings or not. You might not even want to buy the position if it's too close to earnings. So please, I urge everyone to always know when the earnings date is. A couple tips I'd like to talk about. Always protect your trading capital and treat your trading like a business. Treat your trading like a business. We'll have more tips on here tomorrow, and maybe we'll take one day here when we get 10 of them. We'll take one day and we'll just spend some time talking about each one in depth. Alrighty, let's take a look at some charts. Microsoft reported yesterday. Looks like they had a good report. They really did. But in earnings fashion, for whatever reason, this is one of the reasons I don't like earnings, is it makes no sense, actually. But for whatever reason, it's down this morning, despite they had good earnings. I'm not too worried about it. I did buy some earnings going into the close. I did buy some Microsoft going into the earnings. I knew it. I wanted to hold it. I wanted to do it. I made that choice. Now that it's pulled back, I will probably look at adding to it. One thing about Microsoft is I truly believed that no matter what the earnings did, basically if we ended up down, that Microsoft would climb back up in a relatively short period of time. They would climb back up. So that was my thought process on earnings. So it looks like I'm going to get a chance to add to it. Don't know if I'll add today, but I will be adding to Microsoft. Tesla was another biggie that had earnings yesterday, and it looks like, well, they were up a little higher. They had great earnings. I suspect Tesla's going to move higher. Many people have said that Tesla's headed to 2,000, and I'm one of those. Lots of people in the Wall Street in the trading world has said 2,000, and I believe that that's where Tesla is headed. We'll have to reevaluate Tesla when it gets up there. But right now, I think Tesla still heads to 200. Alrighty, let's take a look at the SPY here. The SPY is still in a trend. I've got my trend indicator up here, and for those that don't know what the trend indicator is, it's this green dots and the red dots that you see right in here. That's the trend indicator. And right now the trend indicator is suggesting we're still in a trend. The T-line is still above the trend indicator, and price is still above the T-line. No sell signals yesterday. Everything looking pretty good here. I would say a grind up. I'm not sure I'm going to say slow grind because it seems to be doing the job each and every day. But it is a grind upwards. We've broken out of the June highs over here. So it's looking pretty darn good. Right now, I would still say that we're on the upside, headed up here on the SPY. FNGU, I believe right now it's probably the most important chart out here in the market at the moment. The reason is FNGU represents the big tech. It's the FANG ETN indexed. It's the triple leverage ETN index. I never trade this. I never have traded this. I just simply use it as a guide to maybe what the market might be doing. Now, we've a big pop up here. We pulled back. There's been some consolidation here. So far, the consolidation has been more on the bullish side rather than the bearish side. And I'm saying that because the trend is still intact. Our trend indicator is still green. Price is still above the trend indicator. T-line is above the trend indicator, and price is still hanging above the T-line. Everything looks pretty good here moving forward. On the other hand, if we started to close down below about 130.95, basically getting below this bullish candle right here, that would cause a little, that might cause a little bit of roughness in the trading seas for sure. VXX, you can see here that VXX has absolutely no fear or no volatility to it at all. It is still trading to the downtrend. Nothing seems to be getting VXX going, which means the market is not fearful of being so high. Everybody knows the market is high. You hear a lot of statements, well, the market is way too high. Well, is it? I don't know. What is too high? Do you know what too high is? I don't know what too high is. Every time that, every time I hear that statement, every time I say that statement, I'll be doggone if a week later the market's not higher. So the simple thing is try not to have any thoughts like that about the market. Well, it's too high. It can't go any higher. Oh, it's bound to roll over right now. I agree with all that stuff except for the part that the part that when we think it could roll over too soon. We don't know that. The SPY here could run up to 340, 350, 360. Heck, it could go to 400 before it starts to roll over. So the thing to do is just watch our little trend right in here. That is really, I think, one of the best things to do. And just simply trade the trend and don't get wrapped up into, oh, we're too high, I can't buy anything. You end up just losing when you do that. All right, I've got 10 trade ideas. Let's take a look at them. Let me get them lined up over here. Let's kick it off with AMD. AMD. Hey, I want to remind everybody that all the stock picks that I gather during the day and for these trade ideas all come from live trading alerts. I've got 3 of the alert windows up here right now. I have 15 or so on my overall computer doing different things, looking for different setups. Maybe closer to 20 is what I have actually. Because I have a list of, say, gold and silver. I've got pharma stocks. I've got pot stocks. I've got mobile payments. I've got oil. Where I have a few stocks there that if I see gold and silver really popping up with some green arrows here, well, I'm going to go pay attention to them. It's just a great, fast way to get to some of those stocks right there. My FANG, my big tech, FANG big tech stocks. This is what's leading the market. And let's go back to that FNGU. When FNGU rolls to the downside, the market will as well. So this is why I watch this so closely. So if I start to see a lot of red arrows on FANG, then I want to make sure that I watch the FANG chart and pay attention. And if I start to see price action suggesting some selling, then I'm going to make adjustments in my portfolio and adjust this with the charts that I'm either buying or shorting. So I keep a close eye on those. This is a new indicator. Really pleased with it. It utilizes the red-green line or the trend indicator and the T-line 3/8 trap. So it's really cool. Yesterday pushed out some really nice stocks. Very exciting and very much looking forward to what it will do today. All right, seriously, let's get to these 10 trade ideas. AMD. AMD had a nice breakout yesterday on superb volume, absolutely superb volume. Nice big move. In fact, too big to be buying today, I believe. I think what we need to do is look for a little bit of a pullback, and somewhere near that green box, in that green box, is what I would like to see. Now, for some reason, if AMD continues to go higher, that's okay. What we're going to end up doing is putting our green box a little bit higher. Based on where it is and how it closes, that's where we'll decide where to put it. So AMD looks terrific. I kind of think it's heading up to 68.70 here for this current swing, and then actually I see where AMD could tag a $100 bill if it keeps doing what it's doing. But I only want to buy the pullback. So this one goes on a watch list. It's going to go on my hot list. I'm going to keep track of it, and just waiting for that PBO, that pullback opportunity. And when that pullback opportunity shows up, that's where I want to jump on it. And the scanner will be what triggers that. It will be what alerts me. Another chart here, NVAX. You can clearly see we've had a nice bullish trend here looking at the trend indicator. You can see that we've gotten to the top, or we've gotten to a top, and then the chart decides it needs a little rest, and that's what it's doing. Well, I'm looking for an entry in the rest area or on a slight breakout. And that breakout, there we go, could be a breakout, and I could see buying on a breakout, and I could see a breakout where I wait for a rest right in here. So the places I'm looking for inside the green box, or basically right about this area right there. And right now I'm looking for 206 as a good swing target with a possible little base hits along the way. Let's see. GDOT. Oh, let's stop right here for a second. I want to really hammer and shout out about the earnings. I know a lot of these stocks have earnings coming up. There's no problem trading them up to earnings. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem holding through earnings. I'm very picky about which stocks I want to hold through earnings, and I've got to have a doggone good reason on why I would want to do that. Now, you as a trader, you might not care, and that's okay, but I just want to make sure that you actually say that to yourself. Write it down. Write down. I don't care about earnings. Okay, cool. Or if you do care about earnings, make sure you make a little note, make sure you make a little plan on what you're going to do about it. Number one is go find the earnings date. And TC2000, I've put my earnings date right here at the top, black background, yellow writing. If you don't know how to do that, let me know, and I'll see what I can do to help you do that. It's a very useful tool to do that. And then I can make that choice whether I want to trade earnings or not. At least I know when they are. Okay, so G dot here, a nice little bullish engulf. I love the smoothness of this chart. First, you can see the trend indicator is green, so we have a bullish trend. T-line's above the trend indicator, price is above the trend indicator. How we rallied up, we pulled back, and here we popped to the upside, and now we've got a nice pop out of the box that is set up here, and we did pop out of that box. Here, let's draw that up a little higher. There we go. We popped out of that box. So right now, what I'm looking for is I don't want to buy too high, so I'm going to wait and see if we get some kind of a pullback here. It looks like we're going to open up just about the top of, or right about the top of yesterday's candle or yesterday's close. So I may look for that buy in there. Earnings aren't till the 5th, so there's plenty of time. And really all I needed to do is climb to 57.50, and I might take half the trade off around 54.78 or so. So nice little entry here. what I'll be looking for, and then I'll be looking for a base hit, and then probably closing the position around 57.50. A stop, I like the chart because it's consolidated right through here. So it would just make sense to say, if that's where you like the stop, where would you not like the stop? If it started closing below that supporting area right in there. So my stop's going to be about this low of yesterday's candle, I suppose. And also, too, if you buy it a tad high, then what I may do is raise that stop up just a little bit. In fact, that just wouldn't be a bad idea right there. You know, I'm going to change my plan. That's, I think, what I'll do. So buying the stock up here around, say, 353.35 or so, I think I'm going to look for a 52.10 stop. So there's my plan. I've just made my plan. I've made my profit zones. I've figured out where I'm going to enter the chart, and I have figured out where my stop is. That's how you do a plan. Very simple. WU, this is one of the mobile payment, ticker symbols, and here's my mobile payment trade alert from Live Trading Alerts, and I have a list of those in there. And WU was popping up on that. Nice trade yesterday. I know of several of those folks using the scanner got into it early yesterday. I was not able to, as I was doing a couple of webinars and just didn't have time. So here the trend indicator has been down. Let's do that. You can see that. Trend indicator down, all red. And now the trend indicator has turned up like this. And you can see that we have done the little low-high, higher-low shuffle. We move up here, and now we have a little consolidation. We call this particular type of consolidation a pop out of the box because it's such tight trading in here. And then we popped out. Now what we're doing is we're going to simply look for an entry, say, in this area right here. And I'm looking for about 24.30 as a target with maybe a nice little base hit around 23.50. Another chart is Abbott. Now, I bought some Abbott going into the close yesterday. Abbott was coming up on one of our pharma alerts, and there's our downtrend. Here's where our trend has changed, and you can see how the trend indicator has now turned green, giving us that clue or that feel-good feeling that the buyers are in charge, and the buyers are going to take it up higher until they don't. And right now, we have a little rally up here on, see it stopped on the 20th. We've pulled back. We have a doji, then we have a little bullish engulf in here. Nice little J-Hook chart pattern that's set up. Looking for buying, more buying in that green box, and looking for 109.35 as a profit zone with a 104.65 as a base hit zone. If it consolidates a little bit, I'm likely to add to my Abbott because I did just buy a starter position. Another trade is COF. This was given to me by a member last night, and it is on one of our alerts. I saw it, but they did point it out. Beautiful little W pattern in here. There we are, right there. Bullish W pattern. Great big bullish engulf. You can see the trend indicator is moving down. And you know there's absolutely no reason to be buying long below the trend indicator. There is just no reason to do that. Wait till it pops up above the trend indicator so you've got some green dots. And now we're looking for buy signal on the candlestick or with the price action. Look at the volume on this thing, COF, and target-wise, looking for about 74.35 for the trade and about 67.82 for the base hit on this. It looks like we're going to open up inside that wick, give or take a penny or two. And that right in there just might be a decent buy area right there. And I may be using a stop Pretty tight stop, I think. Yeah, I think right here about this 6160 area would be a good stop. MasterCard. Take a look at MasterCard. That's just darn right pretty. Right there, you can see the trend down. You can see here the trend up. Let's get a line in there. There we go. Nice little trend up. You see right here, little consolidation, cluster of 3 candles. I'm liking that. So now what I'm looking for is an entry, maybe in this area right here. 345.50 as a good profit zone, with 324.30 as a good base hit zone. XRT. Little breakout on XRT here. Let's put a line in there. There we go. Nice little breakout on XRT. Right now it looks like it's opening up just about at the highs of yesterday. What I would really like to see is a buy more into that green area. Just because if you buy high, you're buying into the 3rd candle up. A really good little rule to have is don't buy long after we've been up 3 days. So in this case, if it does open up and you're looking at a buy up here, the problem with that is we've got a gap, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. That might be a little high to be buying. You might get spanked on it just a tad before it goes higher. One of my first base hit targets is 47.80ish, then 49.82. Then a good profit zone up here is 51.40 on XRT. ALGN is also setting up. They had earnings last night, and I see they're down. What I'm looking for is for it to stabilize. Looking for that a little bit of stabilization in here, and then we'll find that entry. 342 base hit, 359 base hit, 382 good profit zone for a wonderful swing trade. And the last one I have here is a little bit of CVX Chevron. Chevron target up here of 101.60, base hit about 95.50. Again, I want to point out the trend indicator, how it really comes into play here. Absolutely no reason to be buying Chevron down here. Now, that's if you're a trader. You know, if you're a long-term holder, that's different. You know, you treat things a little bit differently. You enter different. You worry about trends differently. But if you're a trader, and I'm going to say a trader, say, holding overnight to 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe, then I think it's probably best, certainly is for my trading, not to buy down here. Wait till we actually move up, start setting up a entry chart pattern above that trend line, and then I'm looking for some green dots here to back that up for me. So we had a little Morningstar type chart pattern a couple days ago. Nice big candle day before yesterday. A beautiful inside day yesterday. Let's get up the buy box in here. So I'd be buying right here, right inside that area. And let's actually open that up just a little bit. I wouldn't mind buying on a slight breakout of price action. 95.50 would be a terrific base hit, and 101.60 would be a nice profit zone for your overall trade. I was asked a question the other day. I meant to mention this earlier. Sorry, I forgot. I was asked, do you ever use the scanner for day trading? And I do. I don't do much day trading, but when I do, what I will do is I'll trade VXX, and I use the scanner to help me, to alert me when VXX is doing something. And I will look at the 15-minute chart pretty much. And I will also at the same time, or at different times, but I also trade SPY, sometimes day trading, just for little scalps. I will do that sometimes, and the scanner is very, very helpful with that. So Yes, it is very useful for day trading. All right, folks, I hope you have a great trading day today. I want you to remember that we have initial job claims coming out. Watch the earnings. Always protect your trading capital and treat your trading like a business. Everyone have a terrific Thursday. We'll see you later. Thank you.